Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. We are back with the Leave the Pack Late Model Series, ready to go. 100 laps of action here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Right now, these guys completing their qualifying runs. As Zach Murphy in the 29 machine makes his qualifying effort. First lap time for Murphy put him 22nd on the board. A lot of cars here this evening. We've got 21 cars registered here tonight. As Justin Coleman jumps up to the second spot. Chris Smith right there in third. Second lap time for Murphy. Put him into the show. 13th quick. Your top 16 going to make it on time. As Murphy works that final lap, a couple drivers still trying to make their way into the feature. Driver right here in the number 21 machine. Currently sitting in the 23rd spot, gets the white flag right there. One more time around for Gene Garrett. Gene Garrett in the 211 here tonight. Making his way through turns 3 and 4. A little bit off the bottom. Trying to make that high side lane work. He rolls through the center of the corner. Second, or final lap time, I should say, in 18:65. So that'll put him 23rd quick right now. He'll be heading to the last chance race. Now the man who has been unbeatable this season. We look at the races this season. Justin has won all but 2 races tonight at Fairgrounds, trying to pick up his 5th win of the season. And Brooks goes to the top of the board right there, picking up his 6th pole position of the season. He's been the man to beat in qualifying. Brian Gravel so close there in the 22 machine. Just barely getting beat for that top spot, as we'll try to grab a word from our fast qualifier, Justin Brooks. Already up in the booth. Took a week off last week. Oh. Maybe not up in the booth. Brooks was not in the position to be interviewed, so we'll grab a word from him later on. But regardless, we've got 12 laps to go here in tonight's B feature. And we'll go through our starting lineup. So lineup on screen right there. Cortland Herman into the number 70 machine. Going to be rolling off from the top spot. Is outside. It'll be the 222 of Jeremiah Woods Jr. Rolling off from the 3rd spot here tonight. It's going to be the number 8 of Trey Ashworth. And then Logan Drumheller will roll off 4th to his outside. Brady Cox in the 76 will roll off 5th. Next to his teammate / spotter, Justin Stoyanovsky in the 19. In the 7th spot, it's going to be the 57 of Kyle Heinzelman, rolling off next to Gene Garrett in the 211. Bugsy May in the 29 or 28 will roll off from the 9th position. Then it's Clint Walker in the 02. Scott Bryant going to start in the 11th spot in the number 83 machine. Then Grayson Spillers in the 38 rounds out your field. So as we work our way through turns 3 and 4, Herman and Woods, your front 2, they're going to try to get out in front of this field as quickly as they can. That way they don't have to battle too much. They are in a transfer spot right now. Same can be said for Logan Drumheller and Trey Ashworth, but they've got a couple guys behind them that would love to make the show. Brady Cox in the 76, usually a strong competitor here in the Leave the Pack iRacing League. As they work their way through turns 1 and 2 for the final time before we send them green flag racing. Folks, who's your pick? Down in the chat below for tonight's B feature. Who do we got to win? We'll find out in about 12 laps as Cortland Herman and Jeremiah Woods Jr. begin to tighten up the field through turns 3 and 4. The pace car makes his way to the safety of pit road. We're going to wait for the drop of the green. The green is up, the green is out. We're underway. Good start there from the outside lane. Logan Drumheller in the 5 machine was able to push Woods in the triple twos up next to Cortland Herman. They'll be side by side through the center of 1 and 2. A little bit sideways there. A couple cars got way loose off the corner. Looks like Woods able to peek ahead, but here comes Herman back to the bottom. Leader of lap number 1 going to be Cortland Herman in the 70. Meanwhile, we look back behind, Justin Stoyanovsky and Kyle Heinzelman battling. There's Clint Walker trying to go forward as well. Battle for the 2nd spot. Trey Ashworth down low. Jeremiah Woods Jr. up top. Sideways there on the bottom is Ashworth. These cars, a lot of corner speed, but if you get that car sideways off the corner, it's going to go sideways in a hurry. So the game here tonight is going to be keeping that momentum up all night long as Woods on the outside lane starting to look like he's in trouble here. We've got 9 to go across the stripe that time. Can Woods get in front of Brady Cox right there? And it looks like he just might be able to. So move Jeremiah Woods Jr. safely into that 3rd spot. Final transfer position right now going to Brady Cox, though, in the 76 machine. As this time by, it'll be 8 laps to go. You see Trey Ashworth and Jeremiah Woods side by side for the 2nd spot once again. Woods going to think better of it, though, as he'll tuck back in. As I say that, he peeks back down to the bottom. Ashworth stuck up top here. Brady Cox waiting in the wings in the 76 machine, trying to find a lane that's going to go forward. And it looks like the inside lane is a little bit stronger through the center, but you see that 8 machine pull right back alongside on the straightaway. These crate motors and these long straightaways allow for some very close racing. As into turns 3 and 4, Woods up the track a little bit. Ashworth trying to keep his foot in it on the outside lane. They're almost making contact up off the corner. That time around, it's 6 laps to go, and look who has joined the battle. Logan Drumheller in the 5 machine has pulled alongside Brady Cox in the 76. That is the battle for the transfer position, so Drumheller in the 5. Oh, contact there. Cox around in the 76, and the caution flag is going to fly. Around goes Brady Cox in the 76 machine. Not sure what happened there, but there was definitely contact made in the center of the corner. And around went Brady Cox. We'll see what happened there. Try to get one more look at it. Yeah, it looked like going down into the corner. The 5 machine of Drumheller might have just gotten up the track a little bit, but Gene Garrett was down there on the bottom side in the 211. So we'll try and get one more view of this from a better look to see if we can't figure out what happened. This is going down into turns 3 and 4. It looked like just the slightest bit of contact. We'll try and back that up a little bit there so you guys can see in slow motion. You see the 211 come down to the bottom side, and the 5 machine just scares up the slightest bit, and there's a tiny bit of netcode involved. And around goes Brady Cox. Tough break there for the 76. He was sitting in a transfer spot. And he's going to have to work with limited laps here as that car is driving a little bit sideways. You see the damage visible to the 76 machine right there. Tough break for Brady Cox. As this time by, they will get the 1 to go signal. These guys are on a time limit, but we've only used 3 minutes of the 10 allowed. So these guys shouldn't have to worry about the time limit, but we will see as the field gets the 1 to go signal. Cortland Herman in the 70 machine electing to take the outside lane. Interesting choice there. We've seen him out in front of your pack, but we haven't really seen him have to battle since that initial start. He's going to have Jeremiah Woods alongside him once again, but this time he'll be on the bottom side of the racetrack, so we'll see what Woods can do in the triple twos as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Going to work our way into the restart zone, and Cortland Herman goes. We're back underway. 2 laps remain here in tonight's B feature, and oh, trouble back behind. Clint Walker around. It looks like he'll keep it in the right direction, and there goes the caution. Clint Walker in the 2 machine, or sorry, 0-2 machine had some trouble getting going there. The 02 machine down the racetrack, it looked like. Not sure if he was trying to get clear. Not sure if he was trying to get clear. But yeah, it looked like the 22 or the 02 definitely came down the racetrack there. Not sure what happened to Clint Walker. But he is going to be down pit road after that one. The biggest break out of that was Logan Drumheller in the 5. He is all the way back to the 8th spot. And Drumheller going to be out of a transfer position after that one. The field under yellow for the second time here in the B feature. Cortland Herman still your race leader right now, trying to punch his ticket into the A main. Which right now it looks like he should be able to do. He's had 2 really good restarts. That first run that we had, he was quite a ways out in front of the cars back behind, so we'll see what Cortland has. As they get the 1 to go signal, they'll double back up behind the iRacing.com pace car. Herman once again going to take that outside lane. As they will line back up single file due to the Leave the Pack iRacing League rule, where if we have 2 cautions consecutively, they will go single file. And the green flag is back up. We're back underway. Everybody down into turns 1 and 2 nicely right there. Your front 4 have broken away. But don't count out Bugsy May right there in the 5th spot. He's going to try to work his way around Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine. As we come to the white flag, 1 more lap to go. 1 more time around for Cortland Herman. He's got a couple car lengths over Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine. Then Gene Garrett right back there behind in the 3rd spot. And through turns 3 and 4, Cortland Herman going to go to victory lane here in the B feature. Jeremiah Woods Jr. 2nd, Gene Garrett 3rd. And the final transfer spot goes to Trey Ashworth. Bugsy May comes home in the 5th spot. Scott Bryan 6th. Logan Drumheller 7th. Justin Stoyanovsky comes home in the 8th spot. And the rest of your field back behind. We'll grab a word from Cortland Herman up here into the broadcast booth. See if we can't see how he's feeling after winning the B feature. Cortland Herman up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, not the best effort there in qualifying, but it was a very, very tight field. 16 cars made the feature. You were the 17th car, so had to run that B feature, but didn't look like it gave you too much trouble. You punched your ticket into the A. We've got 100 laps, starting 17th in this one. What can you do to get that 70 machine to the front?
Yeah, hopefully we have a better outcome than last week. Last week, it started in the back and just rolled around and then got caught up in some mess, but hopefully we can keep our nose clean and get it to the front again.
Yeah, keeping the nose clean definitely going to be a big part of tonight's race. We got 100 laps here at Fairgrounds. Everybody's so close on time, so if anything happens, it's going to happen quick. So definitely going to have to keep that nose clean, keep the tires underneath of it, but you know all that stuff. 100 laps, you've done this before. Hopefully we can see it up towards the front at the end of this one, Cortland.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was your B feature winner. We'll get our qualifying results up on screen one more time so you guys can see where everybody's going to be lining up. There is no invert here in the Leave the Pack late model division. So you see your top 16 right there. We'll grab a word from the driver who's going to roll off from the outside of the front row, Mr. Brian Gravel. Up into the broadcast booth, Brian Gravel, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, you're going to roll off from the 2nd spot here tonight. You've got another Tennessee buddy to your left rear, Justin Coleman. This both of your guys' home tracks. How's it feel to be racing at Nashville?
It feels pretty good. You know, I got some pretty good speed here. Barely got beat out by Brooks in qualifying. So, I know I got the speed to be somewhere tonight. We're just going to have luck fall on our side and make sure we keep the tires under it. And we should be pretty good tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to have to keep the tires underneath of it. I'm interested to see how this race goes, because if you look folks at home, on your screen, the top 13 cars all within the same tenth of a second. So this race is going to be close. You mentioned Brooks barely beat you. The gap is 1/1000th of a second, so you didn't get beat by much there, Gravel. But obviously that was qualifying. We've got 100 laps ahead of us. What can you do to try and position that 22 machine to be there when it matters?
I think it's just going to be sit back and ride and taking what I can get. And if somebody's obviously pushing way more than me, I think I'm just going to let them go on by. And here towards the end, towards the end of the race is when we need to step it up. And it's just either no tires left or you're setting a victory lane. So,
alrighty, well, it sounds like you've got a pretty good game plan heading into this one, Brian. We'll let you get all warmed up and ready to go. But nonetheless, thanks for talking to us. Good luck to you.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Alrighty, folks. The checkered flag has waved on the warm-up session. It is time to look at our starting field for tonight's Leave the Pack Late Model Series All-Star Race 100. Is up on the top of your screen right there. Justin Brooks in the 33 machine has been dominant this season so far, picking up 4 victories in the first 6 races. So Brooks going to go for number 5 here this evening. Brian Gravel going to roll off from the second spot. We just talked to him so close on times there, a 4:18 to a 4:19 between your top 2. So everybody very close on times. You can see it all throughout the gap on this grid. But nonetheless, rolling off from the 3rd position, going to be Justin Coleman, another Tennessee driver. Starting from the 4th spot, Chris Smith in the 80 machine. Brandon Elvis picked up the win last week at Myrtle Beach. He'll roll off from the 5th spot. And he'll have Tanner Bethea in the 20 machine to his outside. Those two had a little bit of trouble last night in the modified division. Hopefully that doesn't carry over here tonight. Mark Keedeman in the number 2 machine will roll off from the 7th position. Then it's Adam Fulford in the 71 who will start 8th. Austin Godfrey in the 1 will roll off from the 9th spot. Then Brian Voss in the 55 who led so many laps last week at Myrtle Beach, going to roll off 10th. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 who joined me up in the booth last night. He'll roll off from the 11th position. Then we'll have Zach Murphy in the 29 to his outside. And back behind, rounding out the rest of your field, Jesse Binkley going to roll off 13th in the 25. Then Caleb Thompson going to roll off 14th in the 04. Starting in the 15th spot, going to be James Pileski in the 93 machine. He'll have Caden Binkley in the 98 to his outside in the 16th spot. Starting 17th, these are your 4 B feature transfers. Your winner from the B feature earlier on, Cortland Herman. Then to his outside in the 18th spot, it'll be Jeremiah Woods Jr. And starting in 19th, last run on the field, or last row, I should say, Gene Garrett and Trey Ashworth rounding out the field. As we work our way down the back straightaway for the final time. Pace car makes his way to the safety pit road. We're underway here at Nashville. Down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Justin Brooks and Brian Grable going to battle side by side. Here comes Brandon Elvis up into the 3rd spot. Justin Coleman. Coleman in the purple 14, going to try to take the 2nd spot away from Brian Grable. As leader of lap number 1 is going to be Justin Brooks. Into turns 1 and 2, Brooks and Grable still side by side down the back straightaway. Grable not ready to give up that top side just yet, as they've broken out in front of your field by about 5 car lengths ahead of Brandon Elvis, who runs 4th. 2 laps into this one, it's still Justin Brooks, but not by much. He's got Justin Coleman and Brian Grable breathing down his back. As Coleman starts to fade a little bit in that 14 machine, we'll see right here early on which lane is going to be the preferred lane when it comes to passing here tonight. Right now, it looks like that outside lane is prevailing. It's down into turns 3 and 4. Justin Coleman looks like he has a nose ahead right there. They're about dead even at the line. Mark Keedeman right now running in the 5th spot. He's trying to close ground here. He just set the best lap of the race that last time around. As he's starting to close up to the back bumper of Brandon Elvis. As this time by, we will be 6 laps in out of 100. Brooks, your leader. Coleman second. Grable third. And it's single file throughout most of the field. I don't know if anybody is single or is battling for position out back. Right here in the 13th spot, Jesse Binkley. Caden Binkley in the 98 machine. A couple spots back in the 15th position. So everybody so far keeping it clean and green. Your top 3 all right there under a blanket. As this time by, we work lap number 9. It's going to go quick here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. A 100 laps is going to go away fairly quick as Brooks is turning 18.5s at this current moment. So we come back around, you see how close your field is able to stay. The high corner speeds and the high straightaway speeds really creates a draft effect here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I know that's a little silly to say when you think about the draft. You usually think about Talladega or Daytona. No, even at this Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, you see a little bit of a draft effect when all these late model stock cars get bunched up together. So that's what we're seeing right now. As everybody's still in a line. So far, your biggest mover, Trey Ashworth, started this race shotgun on the field up to the 17th spot, only 3 positions. So nobody's really climbing through the field just yet, which is similar to what we expected. It's fairly hard to pass here in the late model stock. And when you throw Nashville Fairgrounds into it, and that outside lane that it has, it is even more difficult to pass. It's on the front straightaway there. Justin Coleman off the top a little bit, kind of went to the bottom to close the door for Brian Grable, as Grable is right there, ready to pounce for that second spot. Speaking of pouncing, here comes Mark Keedeman. He took a peek to the inside of Brandon Elvis right there. Looks like nothing coming from it. Elvis kind of missed the bottom there going into turns 3 and 4 rather. And Mark Keedeman was right there ready to pounce, just didn't quite have the momentum. Here's another driver wanting to move forward. Austin Godfrey to the inside of Chris Smith. Move Godfrey up into the 7th spot. He started this one in the 9th position, so slowly working his way forward. This time by, we've got 15 laps in, 85 to go. Like I said, laps going to tick away quickly, especially if we're green flag like this. Not a lot of time in this 100 lap race. There is a little bit of an interesting wrench into the mix here this evening. The setup builder messaged me pre-race and said, hey, I built the setup for 75 laps and we've got 100 here tonight, so these drivers may not have enough fuel to make it to the end of this one. We might see some fuel stops here, but hopefully we get a caution flag. Everybody gets a chance to come down, put some fuel in, call it a day. But into turns 1 and 2, Tanner Bethea to the inside of Mark Keedeman. Move him up into the 5th spot right there. Bethea with limited starts here in Leave the Pack this season. Still looking for that first victory. As we look back up front this time by, it'll be lap number 20 for Justin Brooks, and he's got Justin Coleman all over the back bumper. Coleman putting the pressure on, knowing that he has to be there when it matters. If Brooks makes any mistake whatsoever, Coleman's got to be right there to pounce. .80 laps to go right there as they get back across the line. We look a little bit further back outside of our top 10 as, Caleb Thompson there in the 04 machine down pit road. Not sure why right there. Could have been getting some fuel, trying to leapfrog these guys and get fuel before the rest of the field, but we'll have to see. As right now, Thompson, the last car on the lead lap, as we've got 3 wide on the front straightaway. James Pileski 3 wide with a pair of Binkleys right there as Jesse is up the racetrack in the 25. Trey Ashworth to the inside right there, and the 8 machine looks like Pileski's able to hold his ground and move back up into the 14th spot. Back up into the top 10 here. Adam Fulford trying to move forward in the 71. He's taking a peek to the inside of Brian Boss. Last week, Brian Boss finished in the 2nd spot to Brandon Elvis. Both those drivers from the Myrtle Beach area, so it was very good for them to get back to their home track. Let's look at Carter Hollingsworth there in the 28, trying to find something up on the top side. He's got Adam Fulford down to his inside. Zach Murphy right there waiting in the wings. When we get back around this time, Fulford all kinds of loose there in the 71. Fulford going to lose 2 spots right there. It's a tough break for James Pileski. For some reason or other, getting what we like to call in iRacing the meatball flag. iRacing gives you a black flag, sort of, with a little orange circle in the middle of it when you have too much damage to continue. You have to go down pit road. Luckily, James able to get that cleared, but right now running in the 14th spot, looking to get passed right there by Trey Ashworth. Ashworth moves up to the 4th spot. He's our biggest mover, or 14th spot, I should say. He's our biggest mover so far, up 6 positions from the drop of the green. So we'll keep an eye on him later on. Austin Godfrey, we saw him make the pass on Chris Smith. He's kind of just cruising by himself in the 7th spot. This battle right here for the 9th position. Carter Hollingsworth on the inside trying to take a peek underneath Brian Voss. Right up on the inside door right there through turns 1 and 2. These two very close through the center of the corner. Center of turns 1 and 2 right there. Hollingsworth going to get clear. Murphy going to try to follow suit in the 29. Ross hung up on the outside lane right there. And from what I'm learning so far, the caution flag flies. As I was saying that, Jesse Binkley around in turns 1 and 2. Not sure what happened to the 25 machine, but that'll put us under caution for the first time here this evening. Not sure what happened there to Binkley, but we'll take a peek. As he was battling with James Pileski. It looked like Pileski not happy there in the 93. And a tough break there. Binkley with some damage to the left side. Pileski able to keep that machine going. But we'll watch that one more time on board with the 93. Yeah, it looked like didn't even lift going down into the corner. Tough break there as everybody comes down pit road to grab a splash of fuel. Like we mentioned, it could have happened. We'll see where everybody is able to come out. So it looks like Brian Gravel able to keep that 3rd spot. Look at Tanner Bethay up into the top 5 there. As we do have a couple drivers that stayed out here on this start. On this caution flag, I should say. Did not want to bring that machine down pit road. As this brings us under caution for the first time here this evening. We had 30 laps there to start this one out green. Hopefully we can get back on the green flag lap train here as everybody able to get their tires cooled off a little bit. As this time by, they will get the 1 to go signal. And Chris Smith going to be your race leader. Smith going to take the bottom lane there and try to get a good jump. He'll have Brian Voss to his outside. And Justin Brooks, the guy who has led all 30 laps prior to this, starting in the 3rd spot. So the lights are back off on the iRacing.com pace car. It will make its way down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, down to the safety of pit road. And it's in the hands of Chris Smith and Brian Voss as they make their way to the restart zone. Through the restart zone, we're back underway. Good start there from the bottom lane. Chris Smith able to get the advantage into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Justin Brooks back behind. Into turns 3 and 4, Brooks able to get clear for the 2nd spot. Chris Smith still hanging on to the race lead, though. Brian Voss in the 55 wants to jump down into the 3rd position, but he's got Justin Coleman right there. As here we go, battle for the lead. Brooks wants that top spot back. Looks like he's going to think better of it. He'll tuck back in behind Chris Smith. We'll see what the 33 machine can do. As down the front straightaway, he'll take another peek to the inside. Power move there from Justin Brooks, down low to the bottom. We'll see what Chris Smith can do in the 80 machine on the outside lane. Into turns 3 and 4, looks like Smith not going to put up too hard of a fight there. He'll get back in line behind the 33 machine and maybe even try a crossover move. Smith back to the bottom. Smith down low, Brooks up top. We'll see if Brooks can make that outside lane work, or can Smith get that top spot back. Into turns 3 and 4, Chris Smith trying to work the bottom side, but it looks like Brooks going to prevail in the 33 to move Justin Brooks back to the front on lap number 40. The field getting single filed out here as Tanner Bethea peeks to the inside of Brian Gravel, trying to find a lane underneath. This time around, 60 to go. 59 make it right there for Justin Brooks. Let's look at the battle for the 3rd spot. Here comes Justin Coleman to the bottom. Coleman down low, Voss up top. Brian Gravel waiting in the wings right there in the 5th spot. Through turns 3 and 4, the battle for the 3rd position still hanging on as Coleman's trying to find a way around on the bottom side in the 14. It looks like he'll get a nose ahead right there. Here comes Brian Gravel to the bottom of Brian Voss. Into turns 3 and 4, Gravel going to move around on the bottom side, but Voss still up there on the outside lane. As we work our way through turns 3 and 4, Chris Smith still hanging on right there for the 2nd spot. In fact, he's challenging for the lead. Smith to the bottom, trying to find a way underneath Justin Brooks. Looks like Brooks going to be able to hang on that outside lane. Meanwhile, battle back behind. Brian Voss gets passed right there by Austin Godfrey in the 1 machine. Voss still side by side there with Godfrey. A couple cars side by side back behind as well. Carter Hollingsworth trying to move underneath Zach Murphy in the 29. As Godfrey able to get around Brian Voss right there in the 55. Move Godfrey up into the 6th spot. Brandon Elvis, your winner last week, trying to work his way back forward. He started this race in the 5th position. He's right now sitting in the 8th spot. As he works his way underneath Brian Voss in the 55. Side by side right there for the 7th position. Voss down low. Whoa, we're nearly 3 wide. We are 3 wide on the exit of turns 3 and 4 right there. Voss up into the outside wall. Trouble for the 55. Going to lose several positions back into the 14th spot as Adam Fulford goes by. Tough break for Brian Voss right there. As Smith in the 80 machine up onto the outside of the racetrack. Halfway in, halfway home here for Justin Brooks. As Chris Smith, who was running in the 2nd spot, has fallen back to the 6th position. That moves Austin Godfrey in the 1 inside the top 5. We are 53 laps into this one. Brooks with a pretty sizable advantage, but he's got Justin Coleman creeping up to the back bumper. Coleman drove that car up from a couple seconds back as, Tanner Bethea up into the 3rd spot. Ryan Grable back into the 5th position. Austin Godfrey going to follow Tanner Bethea through to 4th. Move Tanner Bethea up into the top 3. With under 50 to go. It'll be lap 55 this time as look at Zach Murphy taking a peek to the inside of Brandon Elvis. Murphy's no stranger to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Won a couple races with the All-Star Racing League here during All-Star Week. As your top 5 beginning to spread out, but not your top 2. They're still right there, bumper to bumper. Down the back straightaway, Coleman trying everything he can to keep that 33 machine of Brooks at bay. Carter Hollingsworth has made his way up into the top 10. No, the caution flag is out. Cortland Herman, your B feature winner here this evening. Not sure what happened, but the 70 machine was around. He was running in the 18th spot in front of Jesse Binkley, and it looked like the 70 machine just got up the racetrack, got a little bit too much wheel in it right there, and around he went. So the caution comes back out here. As Chris Smith in the 80 machine bringing it down pit road, Brian Voss as well. Those two going to get the fuel that everybody else got earlier on. Unfortunately, going to lose some of that track position. Smith was running up inside the top 10 there for a while. After making that strategy call to leave the pits, or to not take it down pit road, I should say. Smith and Voss able to make their way back out of the pits. We will get the 1 to go signal from race control. Justin Brooks in the 33 going to elect to take that outside lane on this restart. We saw it in the B feature earlier on. We'll be coming back green with 40 laps to go. So not too much time to work with this. As the pace car drops to the bottom side, down pit road, through the restart zone, we're back underway. A good start there from Justin Brooks. Coleman in the 14 did not get the best of starts there. That's going to allow Austin Godfrey to peek to the outside in the 1 machine. Godfrey going to keep his foot in it there, try to hold that spot down the back straightaway. It looks like Coleman will sail ahead. Godfrey in the 1 machine. And the caution flag is back out. Jesse Binkley in the 25 is around. Jesse Binkley in the 25 machine around. He was running near James Pileski in that 15th spot. It looks like just more contact with the 93 of James Pileski. Not sure if Pileski was wanting to look inside there. Try and get this from one more angle. Yeah, not sure. We'll get one more look at that one. Try and see if we can't see what James Pileski saw in the 93. Yeah, just over that left rear. A tough break there for the 93. As Brooks will be your race leader. We are inside of 40 to go. The laps are starting to tick away. As we have 65 laps complete, the field gets the 1 to go signal. And we will be setting them back green flag racing single file. Justin Brooks going to try to seal this one off. He's got 35 laps to do so. He's put on he's done a heck of a job so far. We'll see if he can continue to try and wrap this one up. We'll send them back green with 35 laps to go. The green is back up. The green is back out. Down into turns 1 and 2 once again. Tanner Bethea took a peek to the inside of Austin Godfrey. Godfrey wasn't going to let it happen. Shuts the door there down into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Elvis and Mark Keedeman battling for the 7th spot. Here comes, Elvis and Carter Hollingsworth battling for the 8th spot. Hollingsworth up top, Elvis down low. That outside lane looking pretty strong here, but through the center of the corner, you're just not able to keep your foot in it quite as much. As we look up off the corner right there, Carter Hollingsworth trying so hard to get that car to roll on the outside. Elvis doing the same down low. Hollingsworth up top, still right there. Elvis a little bit sideways out of turns 1 and 2. That's going to allow Hollingsworth to pull back closer. As this time by lap number 70, it'll be 30 to go next time around. And the laps are really starting to tick away as, battle for the 3rd spot. Godfrey up the racetrack. Here comes Tanner Bethea up into 3rd. Brian Grable thought about taking a peek to the inside right there. Thought better of it. 30 laps to go this time around. Austin Godfrey back to the 5th spot. Brian Grable right there trying to hang on, and the caution flag flies. Jesse Binkley, Cortland Herman, and Brian Voss all around in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Getting turned around at this racetrack. But we'll see what happened. It looked like Herman and Voss were battling. Not sure what happened, but Herman in the 70 machine went around right there. Looked like there might have been something that happened a little bit before that. We'll see if we can't figure out what exactly that was. We'll go back and try to rewind to the right point. As you see, all kinds of stuff happening right there. Looked like Woods and Russo, or Garrett, made a little bit of contact there, and then down into turns 3 and 4, Herman just drove in there a little bit too hot. So Justin Brooks back up front. Will continue to hold the race lead. Justin Coleman running in the second spot right now. How about Tanner Bethea in the third position? Got around Austin Godfrey there on that start. Look at the 1 to go signal. I believe next time by. We've got a couple cars on pit road. Jeremiah Woods there in the 222. Down pit road after what looked to be a little bit of contact into turns 1 and 2. Or on the exit of turns 1 and 2. It's Justin Brooks there in the 33. Holding the race lead right now. I believe they'll get the 1 to go signal this time. And it looks like they will. Justin Brooks going to choose the bottom lane this time. We saw him pick the top that last double file restart. We'll be sending him back green with 25 to go. Hopefully we can wrap this one up. We've seen some pretty good racing so far all throughout our top 10. Everybody's been battling very hard. A couple cautions towards the rear of the field. We're going to be re-racked and restacked, coming back to 25 laps to go. Little Saturday night short track feature from here. As the pace car makes his way down to the safety of pit road, it's going to be Justin Brooks, Justin Coleman once again. Good start there from the 33. Good start all around. Green flag is back out. Brooks gets the advantage down into turns 1 and 2. Coleman trying to hang on for the second spot. Looks like he'll get a heck of a run there down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, they battle back behind. Austin Godfrey underneath Zach Murphy for the 5th spot. Mark Keedeman underneath Brandon Elvis. That's for the 7th position back behind. It's Godfrey now underneath Brandon Elvis. Elvis trying to move around on the top side. Looks like that outside lane starting to pick up a little bit here towards the end of this one. These guys have got some heat in that right front tire, and now the outside lane is looking like the preferred line to be up on. As up front, battle for the lead. Justin Coleman took a peek underneath Justin Brooks right there. Tanner Bethea going to try to take a peek to the outside. He'll drive up around the outside. Look at the run there from the 20 machine on the outside lane. Drove up around. As Justin Coleman down low, trying to hang on to that spot. Tanner Bethea gets the run up off the corner. They're side by side, 21 to go. Coleman down low, Bethea holding him tight up off the corner. Here comes Brian Grable in tow as well. Grable in the 22 machine working his way around Justin Coleman. Coleman looking a little bit loose on the bottom side there. A lot of it loose. Way loose off of turns 3 and 4. He's going to lose a lot of ground there and be under fire for that 4th spot. As Zach Murphy is right there ready to pounce. Here comes Brandon Elvis to the inside of Murphy for the 5th spot. Austin Godfrey in the 1 machine battling with Mark Keedeman for the 7th spot as well. As Caden Binkley in the 98 machine sideways there. Going to lose some ground on the back straightaway. He'll be back to the 19th spot. As we've got 19 cars in this one, 19 cars still on the lead lap, with 18 laps to go. Godfrey and Keedeman battles side by side down the backstretch. Coleman and Murphy also battling there for fourth. Murphy still down low, Coleman up top. These two battling very closely as Coleman up into the outside wall. Coleman up into the wall, going to lose several positions there down into turns 1 and 2. Tough break for Justin Coleman. He's up into the outside fence right there. Tough break for the 14 of Justin Coleman, who was running in the 4th spot right there. He's moved back now to the 19th position. Spins it there on pit road. Hopefully nobody comes around and we are able to stay back green. As Coleman is able to get that car out of the way. And Justin Brooks will come back around to 14 laps to go. 14 to go for Justin Brooks, trying to pick up his 5th victory of the season. Tanner Bethea and Brian Gravel battling right now for the 2nd spot. Gravel starting to close up there in the 22. The 20 of Bethea also looking a little bit sideways, similar to what we saw with Justin Coleman. The rear of that race car starting to dance just a little bit. As now this time it will be 12 laps to go, 12 to go for Justin Brooks. And the caution flag flies Trey Ashworth around in the 8 machine. Not sure what happened there. He was battling for the 15th spot. And into turns 3 and 4. It looks like he just got loose up off the corner. Nowhere for James Pileski to go there. We'll watch right one more time. They both kind of stopped up off the corner. And there was nowhere for the 93 of Pileski to go. Pileski having a tough night there in the 93, or sorry, 93. Almost back up inside the top 10 though in the 11th spot. This time by, we've got 10 laps to go. We'll be sending them back green inside of 10 laps to go. So it's going to be a short little run to the line. Justin Brooks trying so hard to hang on to this one. But he's got Tanner Bethea and Brian Gravel right back behind him, who are so quick as well. Down the back straightaway they go. Not quite ready to send them back green this time. So it looks like next time by we will get the 1 to go signal. We've got 18 cars still in this one. 18 cars on the lead lap. It'll be 8 to go this time when we get the 1 to go signal, and we'll double this field back up and get ready for what could be the final restart here at Nashville. As the field gets the 1 to go signal, Brooks going to take that outside lane here. He'll give Bethea the bottom for this final restart. That'll put Zach Murphy in the money spot in the 4th position. We'll see if he can get back behind Justin Brooks and get a good start here as well. This pace car drops to the bottom side of the racetrack. They work their way into the restart zone. A little bit of contact there between Bethea and Brooks. Down into turns 1 and 2. Brooks not happy about the contact made there on the restart. Kind of swerved Bethea down a little bit there. That's going to give him some separation down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Brian Grable underneath Zach Murphy for the second spot. And back behind, the caution flag flies. Jesse Binkley around once again in the 25. Jesse Binkley around right there. Didn't quite see what happened. We were trying to do some officiating stuff behind the scenes. We'll look one more time. You saw the contact up front with Caleb Thompson, and then Binkley in the 98 machine got into the back bumper of Pileski, and that's what caused that one. We'll try to scroll back a little bit further to see if we can't figure out what happened into turns 3 and 4. As Pileski was up the racetrack, and Binkley in the 98 got right into the back bumper of him. So the caution flag back out here. We're going to send him back green with a green-white checkered. We've got 4 laps to go. We will have a green-white checkered finish here. These drivers given 2 attempts at the green-white checkered. So a single file restart here with 2 laps to go. It's going to be Justin Brooks, Tanner Bethea, Brian Grable, your top 3. We'll see what Tanner Bethea or Brian Grable can do. And the green flag is back out. We're back underway. 2 laps to go here at Nashville. Brooks in the 33 machine. Coming around to the white flag. 1 more lap to go here at Nashville. 1 more lap to go for Justin Brooks in the 33. Tanner Bethea in the 20 machine, going to come home second, but out of turns 3 and 4, it's going to be Justin Brooks picking up his 5th win of the season. As Justin Brooks picks up the victory, Tanner Bethea comes home second. Brian Grable ends up in the 3rd spot in the 22 machine. We're going to take a step away and grab a word from our top 3 finishers when we return and wrap things up from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I'm your host, Winston Deal. We'll be back in 1 moment. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Going to grab a word from our top 3 finishers here in just a moment, starting with our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Brian Grable. Brian Grable, up in the broadcast booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, ended up in the 3rd spot here this evening. Started this race 2nd. We're running all around the top 10. There was a lot of shuffling for position throughout the field, really, but ended up in the 3rd spot here tonight. How do you feel about your run?
I mean, I felt all right. I definitely could have had second. Just, took too much fuel when I came in. Car was this right rear wasn't just. I mean, the rear of the car was just like wasn't even on the track. Like somebody had a jack stand under it, and I was driving with the front wheels. It was just terrible. I mean, just couldn't do nothing. I was loose in, loose off, and then I kept burning fuel under caution, and it got a lot better as the run went. But the issue was restarts, just inconsistent speeds coming to the green flag, and I just wasn't able to get there. But, I'll take my top 3.
Yeah, definitely a good run there for you. Top 3 in a field like this. You saw the qualifying splits, how close everybody was. Top 3 in a race like this, definitely nothing to hang your head about. Who do you have to thank, Brian, for the 3rd place run here at Nashville?
I'd like to thank Napa, Oliver Motorsports, Scrub Out Cancer, and I'd like to thank you for putting this on.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Brian, on your 3rd place run here tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you tomorrow in the Super Late Models.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Now we're going to try to grab a word from our 2nd place finisher here tonight. Up into the broadcast booth, Tanner Bethea, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, ended up in the 2nd spot here tonight. You started this one in the 6th position. We saw that 20 machine waste no time getting to the front. Moved up into the top 5 pretty early, and then slowly worked your way up into the top 3, and you were in the 2nd spot when it mattered the most. How do you feel?
It feels pretty good, honestly. I do think I burned up my stuff there at the end to even have anything for Justin, but overall it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Alrighty, well, good run for you there in the 2nd spot. Limited starts here in Leave the Pack. Obviously, your first couple starts prior to this hadn't been the best, but luckily you were able to kind of shake that off here tonight, get a top 3, quiet night for the 20 machine. Who do you have to thank for a podium here at Nashville?
I would like to thank Winston Dill for letting me run and just putting this whole league together, and the broadcast, which is obviously you. I like to thank Caudle Chassis and just everybody else that helps out.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Tanner, on your 2nd place run here tonight. Tomorrow night in the Super Late Models, we've got 2 races. If you show up, what do you think your chances are in those races?
I don't really run the Super Late Models much. I just probably be looking for a nice finishing spot, maybe a top 5 or 10.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you one more time, Tanner, and we'll talk to you hopefully later on this week. Alrighty, folks, that was Tanner Bethea, driver of the number 20 machine, and now to grab a word from the man of the hour here this evening. Justin Brooks picking up his 5th victory of the season up in the booth. Justin Brooks, you got a copy. Oh. And for some reason, folks, my Discord not quite wanting to work with Justin Brooks. All right, we'll try this one. Justin Brooks up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, for some reason it wasn't letting me talk to you in my broadcast booth, so hopefully nobody joins us in here while we're not quite on the air. But anyways, another victory here tonight. Started pole, had a lot of challenges from a couple different guys, but you were able to hold them off and get the victory. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I wasn't even going to run this race, but James kept talking crap to me in Discord, so I figured I would run it. I don't like this track, but the setup was actually made it pretty fun to actually drive around here. Usually it's balls tight, and this one actually wore the right rear off, so was just trying to save the right rear best I could there early on, and managed my gap to some of them guys, like when Justin was behind me, Chris was behind me, and Tanner there at the end. I was just trying to save what I could and be ready for it at the end, but fortunately we kept having the yellows to bunch it up and cool the tires down. It took my car about 5-6 laps to come in, but when it come in, the thing was a rocket.
Yeah, definitely looked like a pretty fast number 33 machine here this evening. You were able to lead all 100 laps, minus those couple that The pit strategy kind of shuffled things up a little bit, but that didn't affect you too much. You were able to get that 33 machine back out front and pick up yet another victory. Until last week, you hadn't been beaten in qualifying. Kedeman took that one pole position away from you, and if you end up qualifying on pole the rest of the week, or the rest of the weeks throughout the season, we're going to be able to say that Mark Kedeman was the one guy to beat Justin Brooks all season. But anyways, Justin, who do you have to thank one more time before we wrap things up here at Nashville?
I won't be able to make Oswego, but first and foremost, because I don't have the track and I ain't buying it because everybody said it's a crap hole. So that's one I'll miss. So whoever gets spoiled there got me there too. But thank you. Obviously, put this on. You do a great job of this, and I appreciate it. We all had a lot of fun for the most part. So when James Plesky's going ape, you know what, in Discord when he gets wrecked. Thank everybody watching tonight. Everybody ran me clean. Had a instance there at the end. I thought my race was about to be ruined when Tanner got in my left rear, trying to pinch me too much on a restart, had me jack sideways, but was able to hold on to it. So, like I said, thank everybody ran me clean, and yeah, on to the next one.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Justin, on your 5th win of the season.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep. Alrighty, folks, that was Justin Brooks, your winner here this evening. Winner for the 5th time in the Leave the Pack Late Model Series season. But that is going to do it for us here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I thank you guys for watching and tuning into this point. Looked like we had a pretty good viewer count this evening, so thank you guys for that. But we will talk to you guys tomorrow night for both of the Leave the Pack Super Series races. Can't wait for the doubleheader there. It's going to be a fun night. Can't wait. But nonetheless, one more time, I'm your host from the WD Broadcasting Network, Winston Deal, ready to sign it off. Peace out.